Well, Nicky, an absolute disaster tonight here at Sutton Coldfield. Outplayed in that second half, never looked really like scoring, more injuries. Your thoughts on a game that you must be really disappointed at?
I'm beginning to think they just go out and do exact opposite of what I asked them to do. I asked them to move the ball quickly, good tempo to the game. I thought first 15, we go a goal up and we're looking like we're on top, and looks like things are going to plan. And then all of a sudden, I think, give credit to Sutton Coldfield, they did the basics better than us, the battle better than us. I said we have to outpass them and outrun them tonight, and that's how we'll beat them. And we did neither. I think it took, probably last 10 minutes. Ironically, we're down to 10 men as well. When we started moving it quickly and got them camped in on the edge of their box and caused them a few problems, and we're down to 10 men. But it's like, why can't you do that when you've got 11 men on the pitch and you've got 70 minutes to go at?
I mean, where do we go from here, Nicky? I mean, you tried to move things around. O'Connor came off, and Kelly, probably one of our better players of the night, and we didn't really create anything in that second half at all until, as you say, the last 10 minutes. Where do we go from here?
We're going to have to go again Saturday. Hopefully I've got a striker coming in, and that's nothing, against Dan or Azzy. I think they've done well. I think we missed Macca tonight at the back. It was a blow losing Luke. You lose your experience as well.
Luke was injured, was he?
Yeah, his hamstring tightened up. That was a change that I didn't really want to make. We're going to have to pick ourselves up. And not being funny, some of the players are going to have to stand up as well.
Surely some of the players must be, very near to being moved on or changed.
Yeah, but it's not as. What you don't want to do is just get rid of players, and then not be able to fetch in as good, because it's pointless exercise, And a lot of the players at this level, are on good contracts elsewhere or good money. So it's like, how would you get them?
The pressure's on your shoulders now. There have been a few cries you may have heard from the fans, etc. Understandably, I suppose, really to a certain extent disappointed at going out of a competition we do well in normally, and to lose the way we did. It wasn't a good performance. We can't really say anything else than that. We all watched it and can't really blame the surface. It was flat, and words failed me to a certain extent.
Well, again, when you ask players to do jobs and they don't do it, and they don't carry out what you ask them to do, it's like, just ask them to do something different. Did I ask them to give the ball away? No. Did I ask them to take loads of touches? No. Did I ask them to just, maybe jog about a little bit? No. I want them to sprint. I want them to get the ball down on this surface and pass it, because they could. There
were certainly some incidences where the players were just sort of walking around. One in particular where the ball was played, I think, to Meikle and in between Mills, and neither of them went for the ball. It was left and Sutton broke away.
Nobody took charge tonight. Conor Kennedy does his best. Ben tries to get on the ball, but nobody really got hold of it. Nobody got hold of the game for us. It was all sort of like, leave it to somebody else.
Some huge decisions are going to be made, I suppose, for Saturday. A tough trip to Hereford. Got to lick the wounds, Nicky, and hopefully improve on Saturday, obviously.
Well, yeah, but like I say, if the players now decide to go into the shells and not stand up, I've told them now that they've got to grow up here and stand up. Because there are tough games in the league. Tonight was a tough game. It shouldn't have been, but it was. And they haven't done enough. I'll take the blame, but it's not. I can't go on the pitch and do it for them.
And all fair to Sutton Coldfield Town, they played well, they battled hard, didn't they? Especially in that second half, they were throwing the body at the line. You could tell they really wanted it more than we did.
Yeah, they did. That's sort of the upsetting thing, that I knew they'd be like that. They're a determined, dogged side. I've seen them, well, that's the third time, and that's the type of performance they give. They battle for everything. They get bodies behind the ball, make it difficult for you, but they battled harder than us tonight.
OK, Nicky, I know you're frustrated as we are, and the fans that travelled, and let's hope that we can try and get something on Saturday and kick on from there. A few new faces may be needed, obviously, to repair some of the damage.
Yeah.
OK, Nicky, thank you.